No one at Ridgewood High knew who Mia Torres truly was. To them, she was just the quiet girl who walked with her head down, avoided crowds, and sat alone at lunch. But that changed the moment a bully slammed her against the cold hallway lockers and wrapped his hand around her throat. Everyone froze. Teachers shouted. Students recorded. But Mia didn't scream, didn't panic. She simply looked into his eyes, calm, steady, as if she had been waiting for this moment. Seconds later, the bully would be on the floor, gasping for air, unable to understand. How the smallest girl in school just disarmed, dropped, and subdued him with military-grade precision. And no one knew the truth yet. Mia was a secret Krav Maga black belt, trained since childhood by a father she thought she'd lost forever. This is the story behind that moment. It all started months before the hallway incident, long before the world learned what Mia could do. Back then, she was just trying to survive each day without drawing attention. She transferred to Ridgewood after her family had to leave their old town. Her father, once a respected military instructor, had disappeared during a mission overseas, leaving her with memories, bruises on her heart, and a promise she made to him every night. Be strong, even when the world is not. But strength for Mia didn't look loud. It looked like silence. It looked like hiding pain behind gentle eyes. It looked like pretending she didn't hear the whispers. Why does she walk like she's scared? Why is she so weird? She doesn't talk. Must think she's better than us. Among the students who noticed her silence the most was Blake Turner, a senior who thrived on power. He targeted the weak, the quiet, the voiceless because he thought they couldn't fight back. He had no idea who he was provoking. But Mia never reacted. Every insult, shove, or cruel remark she absorbed like raindrops on stone. Her mother wanted her to report him, but Mia refused. I'm fine, she insisted. But she wasn't. Not really. Every night, she trained secretly in the small basement of their home, practicing the movements her father had drilled into her since she was 5. Palm strikes, elbow drives, knee counters, choke escapes, disarm sequences. She trained not to hurt people, but to stop them. Yet she never used it. Not once. Not until the day everything changed. One Friday afternoon, Mia stayed late in class to finish an assignment. As she stepped into the hallway, she realized she was the only student left, except for 3 voices echoing near the lockers. Blake and his friends. She turned away, but it was too late. Hey, freak! Blake snapped. His footsteps pounded closer. Look at me when I talk to you. Mia kept walking, breath steady, trying to avoid escalation. But Blake didn't want peace. He wanted fear. In seconds, his hand was on her shoulder, yanking her around. Her books scattered across the floor. Her heart pounded, but her face remained neutral. You think you can ignore me? He growled. Mia said nothing, and that silence drove him mad. He shoved her back against the lockers, the metal clanging behind her. Then, his fingers wrapped around her throat. Students gasped from nearby classrooms. Phones lifted. Mia's vision narrowed, not from fear, but from calculation. Her father's voice echoed in her memory. If someone grabs your throat, don't freeze. You end the danger, fast. She had seconds to act. One wrong move, one sign of aggression, and she could be expelled or worse. But she couldn't let him hurt her. Not anymore. And then she moved. A blur. A twist. A strike. A takedown so clean and precise that Blake didn't understand what happened. One moment he was choking her. The next, he was face down on the floor, arm locked behind him, gasping as pain shot up his spine. But this was only the beginning, because someone was watching, someone who recognized her fighting style, someone connected to the father she thought she'd lost. And Chapter 2 begins with that revelation. Chapter 2, Hook. The man in the leather jacket. The day after the hallway incident, Mia walked into school with her hood up, heart racing from everything that had happened. Her mother had been terrified. The school was furious. Social media was exploding. Everyone had questions. Nobody had answers. Rumors flew. She's CIA. She trained in the military. She's a mutant or something. Mia wished she could disappear. But as she stepped outside for air during lunch, she felt something, a presence. A motorcycle revved in the parking lot. A lone man leaned against it wearing a weathered leather jacket and silent eyes that watched her with a familiarity that sent a chill through her chest. He wasn't a student, not a teacher, not a parent, but he knew her. She could feel it. He walked toward her slowly, hands raised slightly, the same non-threatening stance her father used to use when teaching her how to stay calm. "You fight like him," the man said quietly. Mia froze. "Like who?" she whispered. The man studied her expression with aching gentleness. "Your father." Her heart stopped. "That's impossible," she murmured. "He's gone." The man shook his head, eyes shadowed with something painful. "No, Mia," he said. "He's alive, and he sent me to bring you to him."